Hey, Peace family, is Jay Morrison, formerly known as Mr. Real Estate. I retired that name back in the day, but I am still, in my essence, Mr. Real Estate. I'm the CEO and founder of the historic Tulsa Real Estate Fund, founder of the Inc. 5000 top 10 educational company in the country, jay-morrison-academy, 3-time author, and your instructor for today. So I'm giving you a 3-part series right now called Real Life Monopoly. Part 1 is the monopoly state of mind. So let's get simple, not too complex, not too complicated. What is the concept of monopoly, right? The concept of monopoly is dominating the real estate board. What is the real estate board? The real estate board, right? The monopoly board is land. It's the earth. It's actually focused around New Jersey, in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where I hail from New Jersey. But what monopoly is about your ability to acquire land, some low-price land, some high-price land, to leverage that land to bring in development to that land, and in essence, trade in 4 greenhouses, right? To buy your land, to one by one develop that land, and to take 4 greenhouses and to trade them in for one big red hotel or apartment building, right? I think I dropped my marker out talking. But, so check it out. What I want to teach you guys today is the monopoly state of mind. Why is it that we want to, let me make sure my marker's working. Did I switch my markers out? 1 second, guys. Let's try this black one. All right, boom, we're lit. So why is it that we want to take these 4 greenhouses, trade them in for our red, which is black, right? This is our red hotel or apartment building. What's that all about, right? So the concept of monopoly essentially is to slowly, methodically, but eventually to acquire more multifamily assets, which I'm going to be teaching you in this series. And the purpose of acquiring those multifamily assets is this. As we get our first house, right? This can be a single family home, condo, townhouse, or multifamily home, right? 1 to 4 units or better. As we acquire those properties, we're doing a few things for ourselves and for our families. 1, we are acquiring a real tangible asset. And mind you, I've been a real estate owner in part since 1999, a multifamily owner since 2005. I've managed over 140 doors and have done this game called real estate at the highest levels, right? In our real estate hierarchy, I'll teach you in future lessons. I've done everything on a real estate hierarchy, but 2 notches on the rung, and have done everything on the hierarchy except in height, except one thing we'll talk about later on in a future lesson. So anyway, our goal is to acquire real estate so our family is in position to do what we all got to do anyway, which is live, but own the roof over our heads, but inevitably be able to, again, benefit from our equity, which is accumulated by appreciation, properties going up in value. Also benefit, and equity is also accrued by principal pay down on your mortgages. Right? So you pay your mortgage down, your principal balance, while your property goes up in value, then you create this space in between called equity, right? That's the difference between what you owe on a property and what it's worth. This equity allows us to do what we're going to talk about next in a second, but equity is one reason, appreciation is one reason why we want to get our first home, single family, multifamily, etc. But then we also got the tax advantage side. Tax season's here. Many of you guys know who are homeowners and property owners how tax advantages assist and help you. Well, we got the tax advantage side of things. We got the power and control side of things of being an owner, right? Ownership brings power and control, what I call controllership. We got that side of things. And then we also got the rental income from multifamily or even single family units. But here's the monopoly state of mind, is that we don't stay stuck here, just in our first asset, in our first home, our first condo, our first townhouse, right? Our first mobile home unit. What we're going to do is figure out how to parlay this first greenhouse And 2, by leveraging the equity, leveraging creative financing, leveraging 5 strategies I'm going to teach you guys in a future masterclass, leveraging all that to get into our second greenhouse, where essentially not only do we buy a second house, we've also multiplied times 2 all of our benefits, right? We multiply times 2 our tax advantages, multiply times 2 our appreciation and equity opportunities, multiply times 2 our ownership and control opportunities, and what we said, right? So tax was our 2, ownership was our 3rd, and then a rental income, right, was our 4th major benefit from ownership. So when we get our second greenhouse, we're now doubling our benefits. We parlay that through multiple strategies of creative financing, syndication, and other things I'm going to teach you in a future masterclass. We're going to multiply that to get into our third greenhouse, right? This is simple. Again, single to multifamily homes, which then will allow us to multiply our benefits times 3. So if you're saving 3 times the tax benefits of your earned income on your job, or for you as an entrepreneur, that means that's less money that you are having fly out of your household, less money that Uncle Sam is keeping, and more money that you and your last name is retaining. What we believe here at the Jay-Morrison-Academy and the Legacy Center is for you to be the CEO of your last name. That's the leader and visionary for your family. So as we multiply our, again, one house to the third, we're creating more equity and appreciation, more value, more tax advantages, more potential rental income, more ownership, power, and controllership. Now, we parlay that in our strategies to our fourth greenhouse. Now, again, it's not just the home, it's not just the real estate, it's not just the brick and mortar, right? It's also, again, all these intangible benefits that you get and tangible benefits you get from the home. So in Monopoly, what the game is saying that they don't tell you when you read the instructions is that you're acquiring 4 greenhouses. What it's doing is you're acquiring enough power, enough capital, enough income, and enough experience to take all 4 of those greenhouses and parlay them into your big hotel, right? That big hotel or apartment building. That is the monopoly state of mind. A monopoly state of mind is to take an individual who only sees themselves as a renter or somebody going around the board who just looking to acquire a little bit of land, to take that person and for them to put one house on Boardwalk, one house on Tennessee Ave, one house on any of the many streets on a monopoly board, and then grind it up, right? They might get pushed back to go. They might gotta go visit a jail for a little bit. They might get community checks and gotta pay some taxes or some luxury tax. Well, anyway, you go through all those life experiences to get your second house, third house, fourth home, and the fourth benefits, not for the sake of being cute with 4 greenhouses, but for the sake of benefits times 4, which gives you the power you need to be able to be a multifamily apartment building or hotel owner, which then gives you opportunity, what we call the opportunities of scale, right? And opportunities of scale and economies of scale is essentially you can consolidate, you can still keep these, you can sell them and trade them in, you can leverage the equity and still buy your hotel or apartment building, but now you're getting more rental income, bigger tax deductions, bigger appreciation opportunities, bigger cash flow, more power and control, and you're setting your family up in real life for long-term assets, long-term wealth creation. There's 5 principles, right? As we close this out, there's 5 principles in a monopoly state of mind, right? There's 5 principles of building family wealth and what we call family legacy. Legacy is one's ability to leave cash, money, and assets behind for their heirs. So the 5 principles are this: your ability to create cash, boom, right? Your first asset. Your ability to keep cash, tax advantages. Your credit, leverage, etc. Your ability to grow cash, multiple streams of income, right? Building your portfolio. Your ability to protect cash, tax advantages. Your ability to pass that cash on, right, to your heirs through estate planning and instructions for your next generation, right? So if you can do those 5 things, create cash, keep cash, grow cash, protect cash, and pass it on, you then become a legacy builder and a sufficient, adequate CEO of your last name. So the Monopoly board is a prime example of how to gamify real life legacy building. All right, guys, so now what I want to do for those who are watching, who are excited about this opportunity, I have a 5-part strategy on 5 ways to build your family's multifamily portfolio. These 5 ways, many of these strategies I've never taught ever before. So we have one strategy, FHA, VA, and conventional financing. Some of you may have heard it all before, have used it before, some of you not. Well, I'll teach you these 5 strategies or those strategies during our masterclass. But then we have the opportunity to wholesale real estate, become a cash buyer, and earn your way into ownership by doing no money down deals. Some of you never learned those strategies, and you can come to us and we'll teach you, but that might be basic for some of you. Jay, you're not teaching me nothing new. Then we're going to teach, during this 5-part series in masterclass, we're going to teach you all how to use tax liens in auction properties to build your multifamily portfolio. That might be a little more enticing for some of you who already know the FHA, VA, and wholesale strategies. Then I'm going to double down on that, and we're going to teach you how to crowdfund, how to syndicate, and how to do creative financing to pull together for capital for your multifamily assets and your monopoly strategy. But I'm not done if that doesn't excite you enough. We're also going to teach you how to use the strategy of acquiring real estate distressed mortgage assets, real estate notes. It's called mortgage-backed securities. If you saw the movie The Banker, it's what it was all about. The Banker wasn't about banks. It literally was about real estate. Well, we're going to teach you during our masterclass on February 27th at 11 a.m. We're going to teach you all 5 strategies, the 5th one being how to build a multifamily portfolio by acquiring distressed mortgage notes and mortgage-backed securities and mortgage-backed collateral and assets, right? We're going to teach you that 5th secret strategy with a special guest on this Saturday, 2/27 at 11 a.m. You go to jay-morrison-masterclass.com to register for this event. That's right. 5 strategies on how to build your multifamily portfolio at jay-morrison-masterclass.com. If any of you want to learn more about these strategies on your own time, you have the opportunity to get my book, Lord of My Land, bestseller, 5 Steps to Home Ownership. You also can get my book, Hip Hop to Homeowners, How We Built Wealth in America. And if any of you guys are socially conscious and want to see how to uplift the Black community, I have a book called The Solution, How Africans in America Achieve Unity, Justice, and Repair. All these books can be found at Amazon.com under Jay Morrison. I thank you guys for visiting and being a part of this class for us, part 1. I want to welcome you back just in a few moments. If you stay tuned for part 2, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to all my channels, share this information, and get your notepads, your napkins, your envelopes, and your tablets out for your notes in our part 2 of this series, the Real Life Monopoly Blueprint, part 2, coming up next. Peace.